Each year, with the arrival of the latest and greatest iPhone, Apple's previous generation of devices have stuck around as cheaper, more accessible alternatives. But this year, Apple is trying something different. Instead, the now outdated iPhone 5 has been reborn as the iPhone 5C, a colorful, plastic-encased model that deviates from the company's high-end design for better or for worse. The iPhone 5C, for all intents and purposes, is an iPhone 5. It's got the same A6 processor, 4-inch high-resolution Retina display, and 8-megapixel camera. Spec for spec, the iPhone 5C is everything the iPhone 5 was, save for a few minor tweaks under the hood. The battery is slightly larger, but battery life remains largely the same. Apple has also tweaked the front-facing camera for better low-light performance and added support for additional LTE bands in Europe and Asia. The iPhone 5C's last-gen specs may be a turnoff for those who insist on being on the bleeding edge of technology, but in terms of day-to-day experience and performance, the iPhone 5C is more than capable. The biggest difference, of course, is it all comes wrapped in a plastic, candy-colored shell. The word plastic conjures up sentiments of cheapness and fragility, but in person the iPhone 5C is anything but. The 5C carries a nice weight and feels substantial in your hand. In fact, it's slightly heavier and thicker than the iPhone 5 and 5S. Compare that to the thin and flimsy Galaxy S4, and the 5C feels like a decidedly more premium phone. The 5C comes in white, pink, blue, green, and yellow, but Apple's selection of colors are somewhat unusual, and some are more compelling than others. Yellow and blue look decent, while the green adopts a Kermit the Frog-esque hue. The pink model, on the other hand, falls somewhere between pink and red, and is unlikely to satisfy fans of either color. The 5C's plastic shell also comes in a high-gloss finish, which makes it a magnet for dust and dirt. Within minutes of unpacking the 5C, it had picked up a thin layer of debris. It also feels slippery to the touch, a feeling that's obviously less than ideal for a device that is almost always in your hand. What's worse, plastic casing is far more susceptible to scratches and scuffs. With time and regular use, the 5C is going to take a beating, and its battle scars will likely be obvious. Compared to the iPhone 5, the 5C's plastic shell is unquestionably a step down. But unlike previous years, it's the only option Apple is offering at the $99 price point. Those that had previously relied on the arrival of a new model as a means of picking up last year's version at a discount are definitely walking away with an inferior product. But then again, the 5C isn't aimed at existing users. It's about attracting new ones. The new array of colors and playful design is sure to be a hit with younger audiences and more casual consumers, but is unlikely to satiate the more spec and style conscious. But regardless of how you feel about the design, the iPhone 5C is still packing the exceptional camera, display, internals, and software of the iPhone 5 at a competitive $99 price point. If you're on a budget, you won't go wrong with the iPhone 5C, but you may be able to do better. For all things iPhone, keep it locked to IGN.